I'm sorry, but first, I am going to introduce a very special guest. Our very special guest is Savannah Rogers. Savannah is an alumni. She graduated in a very difficult year in 2021 with a bachelor's degree in political science. I know Savannah well personally because she was a presidential scholar. She also worked with a well-known author, Isabel Wilkerson, helping Ms. Wilkerson fact-check and research in the final days of pre-publication stage of her book, Cast. Savannah was an outstanding member of the Honors College and served us so wonderfully as an ambassador and in anything we asked her to do, including today where she is going to speak. And it's a special day for the Rogers family because Savannah's sister Kelsey is also graduating. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Savannah is a brave woman. She went to London after her sophomore year, maybe junior year. She applied to the Hansard Society in London, which is an academy where she was enrolled in courses on political science and later completed an internship in the House of Lords. When I went to visit the students that summer and to recruit more sites, first person I saw was Savannah. I was exhausted. But Savannah met me. She made me feel at home. We had dinner. I was assured that she was in a good place. And she completed all of her work. And I say she's brave, not only because she went all the way across the pond, spent a summer living independently, but right now she is the Senior Voter Registration System Specialist within the Georgia Secretary of State's Elections Division. That job is not for the faint of heart. Savannah is deeply engaged in all social justice initiatives. She participated in Women's Lead, the Georgia Innocence Project, and the Panthers Vote Coalition. Did you know that Georgia State University was the first university in the country to have a completely student-operated precinct on our campus? Thank you, Savannah and others who orchestrated that. In her free time, which I'm not sure when it is, Savannah loves to visit Atlanta's, I like that, Savannah loves to visit Atlanta's cultural institutions. She likes to attend concerts and hike in her hometown of Mount Airy, Georgia. So now we're going to hear some pearls of wisdom from Savannah Rogers.
Some people are awake. I know it's the morning graduation, but all right. Hi. My name is Savannah Rogers. I'm so thankful to be here with you all today. While I know, at least generally, how all of you reached this moment, I'd like to tell you how I did the same and then share some advice for you as you enter postgraduate life. And Dean Cook did a very good job, so you might have already heard some of the things I'm about to say. I graduated from the Honors College 3 years ago and have since made Atlanta my home. In fact, I still technically work here on campus. Every day I make the trek to the Floyd Towers, which sit across from our Gold Dome just down the street. In fact, the GSU MARTA station runs beneath my office. I trust that many of you have many, let's say, entertaining memories at that MARTA station. Anybody MARTA riders in the audience? Okay, got a few. Love that. I have the great privilege of being directly involved with the democratic process here in Georgia. by serving as the Senior Voter Registration Systems Specialist at the Secretary of State's office. As a member of the systems team in the Elections Division, I work with software vendors to support county officials as they use critical technology to conduct elections and serve the voters in their communities across Georgia. Government service, especially on the local level, is just one way that I know many of you have already become involved in your community. As a Georgia State student, I jumped into this world of public service by joining the Panthers Vote Coalition, as Dr. Cook mentioned. We are a group of students brought together by our passion for the local electoral process, and we aim to bring more youth poll workers into our midst. Basically what I'm saying is to lower the average of the poll worker age, which we know is a little higher in America, but we were trying to get young people involved with that. And I first served as a poll worker with the same group where we formed, like Dr. Cook also said, the first fully student-staffed polling place in the nation, and that was actually located in this very room that we're in right now. And yes, it was March of 2020, so the in-person voting did not last very long, as we all remember, but we accomplished a lot in those 3 days. And the campus experience there led me to positions at the city, county, and now the state level. Some of you have found opportunities in public service or nonprofit work thanks to the Honors College, but it still looks different for everyone. I had friends and colleagues teaching English around the world, interning at the Carter Center, beginning their career at the High Museum of Art, or helping organize black tie events where Ambassador Andrew Young was counted as a distinguished guest. I knew folks who were starting podcasts. Hey, it was 2020, right? Painting murals around Atlanta, or forming student nonprofits that grew nationwide. We were all slowly becoming part of this great city, all brought together by the Honors College. The fostering of an intentional, closely knit, research-minded, and diverse community is so critical for students like you, who 4 years ago were jumping into campus life that involved tens of thousands of other new perspectives, all of which have enriched your journey. The Honors College has always had a special ability to foster growth in each student from roots that were already present. It's encouraged each of us to grow in our own way, at our own will, and in our own timing. And trust me, that does not and cannot stop when you guys walk through those doors today. I'm not here to tell you that you're expected to know what every step looks like from here on out. In fact, I'm here to challenge you to break out of that straight and narrow path that we often find ourselves on as kids that grew up in honors college or in honors programs, taking AP classes, participating in extracurricular, and everyone knew we were the high achievers, right? I want to tell you that almost no one knows what comes next. I didn't know what I would do in a month following graduation, let alone this 5-year plan that I hear everyone talking about. I honestly don't know what it is. I just go by election cycles at this point. So it turns out my life revolves around a 4-year plan that just keeps going forever. For me, a time of this rapid and scary growth was during the summer of 2019. I had the privilege of participating in the London experience where I interned in UK Parliament. Over the course of 10 weeks, I was immersed into a new and very cool environment where I got to look like a silly American tourist while having the main character energy of living in London for a summer. Every day, I was exploring how to make the most of a summer abroad in the halls of Westminster. The Honors College was my home away from home, even when I was physically so far. Quite literally, Dean Cook, the person who best embodied the Honors College during my time at Georgia State, was across from me in a British pub. Today, I want to tell you that the Honors College can be an anchor for you too. You can count on the people to your left and right to make that happen. When I reached the end of the prescribed path of my academic career, it was hard to not think of myself in terms of my accomplishments. I, for so long, was trained to see myself in what I had completed in school, which is basically the version of myself in my mom's Facebook posts, as I'm sure you guys might relate to. It is so easy to place your self-worth solely in those things, and not what you have done here at the Honor, and in what you have done here at the Honors College. It is equally as easy to be hard on yourself for the things that you wish you had achieved but hadn't. Maybe you weren't able to study abroad. Maybe you didn't get the internship you were eyeing for years. Maybe you drifted apart from a friend that you thought would be by your side when you graduated. For me, I didn't exactly know what was coming next, and I honestly felt lost after graduating. Even after an enriching summer volunteering at a nonprofit downtown, I wasn't sure what I was meant to do or how to be happy. Then I accepted a job at a law firm in one of the fanciest buildings in Midtown, and I still felt the same way for many months. But I'm here with you 3 years later. Against all odds, I learned to cook despite moving into the Commons with the 7-day unlimited meal plan. My random freshman roommate is here in this room and helped me to write this speech, as best friends do. I have more than one person that I can call when I don't know what tomorrow looks like. And I've learned happiness is using all 3 movies a week on my AMC A-list account. It's so special that I'm speaking to you right now, and my own sister is here in this room, a 2024 graduate. I couldn't have known, but like I told you all earlier, I work down the street on the edge of the campus I traversed for all those semesters, like you guys have done. I get to attend fun and nerdy events at the Capitol, the same Capitol building where I botched my interview for the Georgia Legislative Internship Program and unsurprisingly was not accepted. I find it intentional, even if I was not conscious of it until now, that I attended a public university at the heart of one of our nation's most civically minded cities. And then I went on to live this journey that I've described to you all. I'm here to tell you that because you are here in this room with us, you already accomplished so much, and you are lacking nothing. Many of you are first-generation college students, like myself, and you paved a way forward when it seemed so unlikely. You do not need to perform to earn your place in the world. That's what you must know about yourself, that you are valued just the way you are. I call on you to keep learning for the sake of knowledge and for the sake of your fellow human being. You can trust yourself, even in the face of this extreme uncertainty, because you already have what it takes. Being an honors college student has prepared you. I'm asking you to enjoy the journey more than the fantasy of the place you believe you may someday arrive to. It's easier said than done, because it requires us to keep moving even when we don't know what's next. Personally, I believe I can do that by thinking about how I can serve those around me and then taking that leap, even if it is terrifying. This journey may take the form of you, a college graduate, looking around and realizing what you can change in the brokenness you often see. You can do that through your career, your vocation, or both. We have already begun the journey of being lifelong learners. But what we must first conquer is the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, and the fear of uncertainty. You may fail at first and you may struggle, but what you must know is that uncertainty and doubt are okay. You truly have permission to sit in those emotions. There are over 250 majors here at Georgia State, or maybe many more since I was here, and I went through 3 before finally choosing one. You're going to go out into a world where there's many more than 250 options, but you only have to pick one at a time. There's grace built into this process of growth when you're part of a loving and a supportive community like you all have here in this room to your left. Here today at Honors Commencement, we're here to remind ourselves that we can't fail that far. Keep listening to those you trust, those who love you, and you will find yourself on the most wonderful journey that never seems to end. Thank you and congratulations. Now please join me in welcoming Dr. Bill Nichols to the stage.
Good afternoon, graduates. Thank you, Savannah, for your insightful and inspiring remarks. I'm Bill Nichols. I'm the Associate Dean at the downtown campus for the Honors College. I would like to join our speakers